Okay, Troy. Can you tell me about your math learning in primary school and early high school?
In primary school, I was like not doing the best, and I didn't even expect to like get into your classroom.
Okay.
But yeah, because I hadn't even learned like my times tables by the time I went into your classroom, and then yeah, when we got there, we were learning things like algebra and stuff, and I like had no idea. And yeah, that like real.
So, how did you feel about being taught abstract math?
I just didn't think I was like ready
Okay.
to like do it because I still hadn't learnt basic math, and because my brain wasn't developed enough to comprehend some of the things you were teaching us.
Cool. So, did it help that I communicated that fact about brain development?
Yeah, it did. It made me like way less stressed out. Like when I got home and didn't know something about my homework, I wouldn't think, oh, I'm just dumb. I just thought, oh yeah, it's because my prefrontal cortex hadn't developed since you taught us that.
Okay, that's excellent.
Yeah.
All right. So, struggling in math,
Yeah.
how has it? Now, try and think of before you knew about brain development. Yeah?
Yeah.
So, struggling in math, how did that impact you as a human?
It made me like really stressed out and like really mad, and I just wasn't as fun to be around because I was like mad all the time. And like if occasionally people would ask me, they'd like be like, oh, so how was maths today? And I'd just be like, oh, it was like really bad because like some of the stuff I just didn't get at all.
So, struggling in math, would you say it's affected your ability to learn in general?
Yes, slightly, like because if I'm in a bad mood in general, you tend to learn less. So
Yep.
yeah.
What about struggling in math? How has that affected your self-esteem and the way you view yourself?
Yeah, that made me feel like less than some people because I was like, some people were getting it and I wasn't. And I just felt like kind of, I don't know, just stupid kind of. Like, yeah.
Yeah. So then learning that it's just a matter of timing and brain development, did that help you feel better about yourself?
Yeah, that actually slightly made me, like, it's hard to explain, like, learn better because I'd try a lot more because I realised that if I mucked up, it wasn't really my fault that much. Like, it still was slightly, but not really.
Oh, that's really cool. So the information wasn't like an excuse for you to not work. You actually ended up working more.
Yeah, because
okay.
I thought that if I muck up, it's not exactly as much my fault as before when I thought if I muck up, I'm just dumb.
Right.
Yeah.
So you replaced feeling dumb with knowledge of your brain and a good feeling.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Pretty much.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So do you think students all over the world need to hear this message?
Yeah. Well, the ones who are struggling, like, yeah, and even the ones who are doing well, it might help them a little bit more. But yeah, it'll definitely help people with learning because they'll like realize that they're not stupid and that they just haven't fully developed yet in their brain. Yeah.
Cool. Do you think math teachers need to hear this message?
Yes, because it'll help the students if they are told this, and it'll make 90% of them try more. And then there'll always be the ones who use that as an excuse, but you can't really. That's like the counter to it. But
Yeah, you can't. Yeah. Hearing my message and experiencing the school system, do you think it's true we deliver abstract topics too early for some students?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, just straight up, because some of us haven't developed enough of our prefrontal cortex to understand it. Yeah, and some of us are just a little bit, I don't know, I don't want to say slower because that sounds bad, but like...
Well, it's in a sense it's true because
Yeah,
your
we're just-
prefrontal cortex just develops at a different
Yeah.
rate. Did it cause conflict in you to be taught something that your brain can't cope with?
Yeah, because it obviously makes you stressed because you think you're not doing it, and if you like can't finish homework because you or your parents don't know it, or yeah, if you just don't get it, it's going to cause stress, and then stress can lead to anger, and then that can lead to like discomfort, and then everyone around you will feel it if you're sitting there going, oh, like angry,
Yep.
not being able to do your maths, and that'll like just create
Mhm.
an annoyance. And,
Yep.
Yeah, and yeah.
Do you think failing at math has a greater impact than failing with other subjects?
Yeah, because math is just like, I don't know, for teenagers at least known as like the smart subject. If you're good at maths, you're smart, because maths is like pretty much, it's a different language. So it's like knowing two languages if you're really good at maths.
Right? Try to remember from before I taught you all of this. Do you think your previous failure in math has affected your ability to learn math?
Yeah, because like in year 8 and 7, like before high school, I wouldn't do the best in tests, which is why I didn't expect to like get in your classroom. But sometimes the teachers would like, they'd write obviously on my report that I failed, and I always read my report because I just did. And then whenever I saw failure, I'd just be like, oh, like,
Right.
like damn, I actually like tried in maths, and then still failed. It's just kind of yeah.
A little bit devastating.
And it makes you like not want to try next year because you just feel like even if you try, you're gonna fail. So it's like, yeah.
Right? So the message that I provide for students, did it help you hit a reset button to try and start fresh with math?
Yeah, when you talked about the prefrontal cortex and stuff and how it hadn't fully developed, and that's why I might not understand some of the maths, that it actually really did help. Like it made a difference because I felt like I wasn't stupid. I just felt like I didn't have the right knowledge at the time because of my prefrontal cortex.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so that was like the reason.